Alright, hi, I'm Darryl with Dirt Rider Lab, and today we're working on this 2008 YZ250f. Basically, this is kind of been overheating. It's been in a running hot, so I've been running the ice engine coolant. It's still running a little bit hot, so I got this Boyesen factory racing water pump. It's supposed to help improve it. So today we're going to be taking off the guard. We're going to put this in underneath this cover, and I'll be showing you how to do that. Alright, so the first thing we're going to be doing is taking off this skid plate. So we got an 8mm here. I got one here. Alright, put that aside. Alright, that should be good. Alright. Alright, so the next thing we're going to do is drain the antifreeze. So before I do that, I'm going to open up the vent here. Alright, so I'm going to open up that vent so that allow air to go in. And then we're going to drain this from the drain here. Now there's a copper washer underneath. So we're trying to recover most of this fluid here. We're trying to recover most of the coolant. Come flowing out here any second. Alright, so next step is here we're going to come after and loosen the hose, and then we're going to take off the water cover, the water pump cover. It'll help us get started. There we go. A little wiggle. Now it's likely some fluid's going to come out of this, so let's be ready with our catch. Can. Not too much. Okay. Alright, so this is for a YZ250f 01 to 13. This is a 2008. So this is what comes in the kit when you get it. Looks like you get the directions. Alright, you get the water pump cover. You get the new water pump fins itself. You get a couple washers. I'm not exactly sure what those are for yet. A new gasket and some stickers and the directions. Let's take a peek at the directions here. Alright, so we've just got everything drained, disconnected. Now we're going to take the water pump cover off. Okay, so long one goes on right. Let's see if we can get this baby off here without too much flowing out, coming out. Alright. Not too bad. Alright, here's the new water pump impeller. That will be going on there. Okay. Alright, so had a hard time getting this water pump impeller off, the original one. So I didn't want to, you know, lock up the engine or drain the oil yet. So what I did was I ended up putting it into like 5th gear, and then I put my socket on here. I just give it a good whack, and I managed to break it free. All right. Now it's my understanding that there's a washer behind here, and we are not to reuse it. Yep. So there's that washer, and according to the directions there, it says do not reuse. So I'm just going to put this down here to the side, and then we'll read on to about the further directions. Alright, so what we did was we got the old cover off. I took the gasket out, and I removed the pins, and then I put the pins back into the engine case there. This one gave me a little bit of trouble to come out, so I really had to pull it out. I ended up using some electrical pliers that fit just right, wiggled it back and forth, and it came out. What I do to help prevent those pins from sticking again is I put a little bit of like an anti-seize on there. This is a copper anti-seize. Just put just a very little bit on there, and that'll help prevent those from sticking in there again and getting stuck. You can do the same thing with any of the locating pins on your case. Alright, so I'm just going to clean that out best we can here. Now what I want to tell you, which I was a little confused about, was that in the directions right here, it says do not use stock impeller washer when using Boyesen water pump impeller. So what was weird is they sent me these 2 washers, and I'm like, well, what the hell am I supposed to do with these? And then I read a little bit further down, and then it says on a reinstalled water pump cover guard, which I guess would be your skid plate, that it says on the 01 through 06 and 01 through 05 and YZ250, use supplied washers to space guard away for sufficient clearance. Alright, so what that's telling me is that we're not going to use any washer. If it's telling you not to use the one that came with the stock and not use those, then, and it says straight out, you don't do anything. So this does have a little recess in it, so we're going to go ahead and spin that on very carefully. Here, I should show you, there is a significant difference between these impellers. Can you see how much higher they are? Much bigger surface area. Big difference. So hopefully moving more coolant through the engine there. Again, I feel weird not having a washer back there, but that's what it says. So follow the directions. Alright, give that a little snug up in there. And using the torque of the engine, it's going to want to just kind of spin over. So try to use the compression. What I like to do is just give it a couple hits. That usually will get it tight enough to kind of hold it on there. And I'm going to use this guy here so I can get some good leverage on a whack. All right, so I'm just going to give that hit. Couple hits. Alright, so as you can see, we got the impeller back on, snug down nice and tight. Next step is we're going to put the gasket on using our relocating pins. There. There. Not you. There you go. Okay. Now we're going to put the cover back on. Again, it's got the guide pins. So we're going to line up those guide pins. Get that out of the way. Okay. That's in the right spot. Now if you'll notice on the end of these bolts I put a little bit of anti-seize on there. This long one goes in the bottom here. And these are all, the rest of these are all the same. I put anti-seize on all these. Nice and easy, no need to go nuts. You notice I'm going to start on one side here, just a little bit at a time, then go across, okay, and then cross, and then cross. Back here, just give it a little toot toot, a little small, snug. Just make sure that's compressing nice and easy. Don't need to overdo it. These are only 8mm bolts. And after you do it a little while, you can feel that they're about the same tightness. Okay. All right. Let's put the hose clamp back on. Where I put the hose clamp. There it is. Hiding underneath the instructions. Okay. So hose clamp up on the hose. Nice and snug, not to go too crazy. Okay, next thing we do is put the antifreeze back in here. Alright, so I'm going to put the pour the antifreeze back in. This is engine ice coolant. Like I had mentioned, this bike runs hot. Do is just give it a little shake. Make sure it goes down and everything. So what I'll end up doing is running it for a little while, and then I will top it off again with more engine coolant, ice engine coolant once the coolant kind of distributes through. I definitely know I need to add a little bit more because I did lose some. So that's what I will do next. But anyway, that's how you do the super cooler water pump, Boyesen water pump on a 2008 YZ250f. Thanks for watching.